What is up, everyone? Thank you for joining us for another episode of SHOWMEZ Live. We are on episode number 5 coming at you, and we are so excited for all of you with us. And just to let you know right off the bat, be sure to please share this broadcast, hashtag SHOWMEZ, share it with your friends on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. And we are just getting started. We've got so many fun things planned for all of you. And to help me along with that, I'm going to be joined by Mr. Nate Sexton and Jeremy Coling. What's up, guys?
Hey.
What's going on, everybody? I am so happy. I tell you what, dude, my palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. I just get so jazzed about this, man. This is like the number one thing I look forward to right now during this whole shenanigans.
And Jomez bought me a new microphone. So do I sound kind of silky?
What, dude? They did what?
Yeah.
You do sound silky, but dude,
thank you.
I had to shell out 200 bones for this bad boy.
You just gotta let your talent come out and wait, man, and wait for that mic to come in the mail.
One of these days, baby.
Okay, it looks like Jeremy might have just come in from maybe sunbathing or something in the backyard.
Yeah, baby. Shirt, hat, glasses, no pants. You know how I do. No, this is I don't even know what inspired this palm tree outfit tonight. I was looking at my closet and just trying to find the most ridiculous thing that just totally is not like anything that I'm wearing the rest of the week. So it's just sweatpants and t-shirts and robes. That's it.
How about you, Nate? How things been going over there?
Good, man. Good as always. Been riding the bike a ton. I've been messaging you guys because I was so jazzed to get that kid's bike seat that I got for Coraline. So we've been just ripping all over the place, and I sent some pictures and videos over to you guys so we can kind of show the people what we're working with. But I think Coraline and I have put in probably already 70 miles this week riding on that bike. So
there it is. There's the
she
bike.
sits up there. Yeah.
What is that device called that you can?
It's called a Mac Ride, and her feet kind of strap in at the bottom there,
and
then she's holding on to my handlebars like up in the middle. So she's just kind of ripping along, and she loves it. She's asking for 2 rides a day, and she's not afraid to do 12, 15 miles at a time. It's sort of insane.
Wow, that's awesome. I've never seen one of those before until you showed us that picture.
When
I was a kid, they strapped us on a little seat in the back behind, and you just kind of got to look at the back of, your parents, and that was about the view you had at the time.
Yeah, I just remember pegs. Like, do you guys ride pegs?
Sure.
I'm sure they still do that. I don't know. I was not a big bike guy as a kid, and when I had to ride pegs, I was squeezing white knuckling the person whoever was riding the bike. I hated it.
We used to do the trailer, but with those foot straps, it feels really secure, and obviously I needed to be safe because that's my $1 million baby right there. So I'm not trying to mess around.
Oh my God.
Oh, okay. That was out of left field. So you just had that DVD just having to be sitting there in front of you, huh?
Hey,
not even Blu-ray. Not even Blu-ray. The standard definition 480p.
Yeah, that's why I tossed it over the shoulder. It's not likely to see much play time now. It's just sitting on a shelf. So.
Well, speaking of your $1 million baby, you sent us this sweet video of that bike in action. Look at that. That looks like so much fun.
Oh my gosh.
That is adorable. That is so cool.
I love that child of yours, Nate.
She looks like.
Thank you. I like her as well.
She looks like she
honestly,
might as well...
let's give a quick shout out to my wife for one-handed bike riding, cell phone filming. Like, I don't know, she might need to get on the catch cam at one of these events because she was keeping that. I couldn't believe how smooth and centered that video she made was.
That's really cool. They have a device that like you put on your phone, or it's an app on your phone, and then another device. There's a camera that swivels that lines it up. You guys should get this so she can actually see where she's riding.
Oh, that is sweet. Like I said, that's the technology that just allows them. Like I said, just from when we used to sit in the back, and it was just fun because that's all we had. But now you're like front and center. It looks super safe. That's awesome. Well, folks, I'm sure a lot of you saw on the social media posts we said that we had a really special giveaway. We have our normal giveaways that you can expect from us, but we wanted to go ahead and do something a little more special since this is our 5th episode. We have made it this far without anything catching on fire. Fingers crossed. We just we're doing the best we can. Every week the audience just grows more and more. We're so excited. Thank you so much. Last week we topped out at 2,000 people, concurrent live viewers. I just couldn't believe it. We were hoping to top like 1,100, and you guys just blew it out of the water. So we want to thank you just so much for all of you out there that are getting on there, that are sharing the broadcast, telling all your friends. We're hoping to just keep building this for all of you and just keep entertaining every Monday the best we can. So with that in mind, I just want to let you know that as far as that basket, we are giving away a Discraft Chain Star Light portable basket so that you can keep your putting game going strong while we're still at home kind of staying safe and trying to wait this whole thing out. All you have to do to be entered to win that basket is just get on the chat. Be active on the chat throughout this broadcast. We are going to pick one random comment at the end of the broadcast, and that person will win a Discraft Chain Star Light portable basket. So good luck to all of you. Again, share the broadcast, stay active in the chat, and we're really looking forward to the next hour.
Never mind, the bumpers happened. The bumper has cut me off.
Nate. Okay, sorry. What was that?
Okay, you can't listen.
Okay.
Nate, you can't listen either. All right, this is just for the audience. If you want to win the basket, you have to come up with your favorite made-up story about Jonathan, Nate, or myself, or Mike also. Mike too.
We good?
Okay. You can, Nate. You're good. The audio.
Okay.
All right.
I don't
But
know
watch
what
the
that was.
show.
Yeah, just watch. Okay, I'm watching for sure.
Yeah.
All right, folks. I think you know by now. 5 episodes in, you know how we like to start. We like to start with some of our favorite clips that have been sent to us by you, by the masses every week. They come in 30, 40, 50 a week nowadays, and we love it. We love sorting through the clips. Jerry does a great job sorting through them and picking the best of the best. And so without further ado, let's get into it.
That is rude.
Oh, hold on. Pause this. Pause it. Stop it. Don't even. We're not even no. First off, in my defense, that was a left-handed putt. No wonder it missed. I'm just saying. Okay, back into this.
Okay, we got a little water shot here, straight across.
Okay, across the bridge. Whoa!
It's going in the river.
I saw the splash.
Another Yank splashdown.
Oh
And
my
this
God.
is. And watch this right here. This is a shank is always a perfect excuse to find the worst injury possible, as his back just gave out right. Here it starts hurting. Yeah, and you can see. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. What a shot.
Chiropractic just got a new client coming up next week for shank squat.
Oh, he's smiling though. That's awesome.
Oh boy. This looks like hole 2 at Idlewild.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh no.
Wait, he's curious about is his disc safe? That's a long jump. This guy is ambitious. It's like a 180-foot jump putt.
There are a lot of times where a jump putt is a fantastic weapon, but
Yeah, sure.
with the water right in front of you, I gotta say, I mean, just reach back and throw that thing. I don't know about jumping straight at the water. That's a little crazy.
He's hunting for lunkers down there, dude.
You might be right.
Okay. I think I know what's coming here. Oh yeah.
Oh, oh,
Oh.
Oh, who hasn't done that before?
So he misses the Mando. He takes the worst redirect, and I don't know which car, maybe more than one car,
Oh, he killed 2 birds with 1 disc there, buddy.
but he hit it hard.
Yeah, that thing didn't slow down. That redirection just.
Oh, I hate that feeling. I hate that feeling when you can tell it's heading right for a car or some unsuspecting player or something. You just yell the best you can. Okay, well, somebody's probably getting wet. Oh my gosh!
Why is that seatbelt wobbly?
What is floating?
What is that? I know Andres. I know Mr. Yuri Vet.
That's
We've
not
met before.
what. Why did they do that?
Hey, look, he was in trouble from the beginning. I have a very similar story to this, minus the falling into the water. I might have to say that for another time. Maybe a most embarrassing disc golf moment segment in the future. But
Wow, the floating tee. Oh, this looks like Fountain.
Yeah, Fountain Hills. What's going on?
Oh,
Whoa,
that's sweet.
man! That is cool. I am very
Wow.
jealous. I have never had this happen for me. I've only seen it a few times, and I think they've all been on video. That is just like so improbable.
I've never seen it in person like that. Just the slow. Look at that. That is cool.
Oh, that is awesome.
And this is the site. This is the site of
For everybody
Jomez's maybe best shot. Yeah, look, here we go. Let's see this.
Directly in front of the basket, right in the line.
Has a putter in his hand, goes to the Sexton Firebird. Smart choice.
Very smart choice. It looks like he's lining up a putt. Oh, no, that's a throw.
Going for the skipper, and he does it! It's in there! Oh my gosh!
I will never see this video too many times.
Right around the tree. Wow!
You talk about a blind squirrel finding a nut. This is the blindest squirrel and the tiniest nut.
Wow.
No, that is so cool in a situation where you have to do it, and you do it. Like, that so rarely happens in our sport, and you just, some people have it and some people don't.
Shout out friend of the show, man. Friend of the show, Loose Cannon Risley. In the chat, on the mic. Shout out to Risley.
Yeah, that was probably my best shot of my life. I don't know that I'll ever be able to do it again, and it was an honor to have AJ right there next to me with the perfect just play-by-play. People are always asking about that shot, so I couldn't help it. When somebody sent in a clip from that same basket, I thought, all right, let's do it. Because now people don't even throw from that tree anymore. Because, you don't have to go that way anymore at all. It's all open on the left side now. So it was something we probably won't see people play that hole anymore. But
our guest today, you've announced our guest?
Yeah.
Or no? Yeah, so Uli actually aced that hole when he shot 10 down in the back 9 one time. So we've got another really cool story from that hole on this show. So very, very cool. Hole 10, Fountain Hills.
Yes. So thank you once again to everyone that has sent all these clips in. We love going through them every week. If you have clips to send to us, be sure to send them to SHOWMEZ@JomezPro.com. Every week we're just going to keep going at this because somehow you guys are just finding more and more clips. I don't know how there's this many out there. I know that not that many people are playing right now. I mean, I just don't think there is. I think if people just keep finding out about the show, or maybe they forget, or they find the clips, and it's just like, I've never had more fun going through my email and just seeing like what are people sending, because it never ceases to amaze me what all is out there from everyone filming each other. So, thank you once again.
It just dawned on me. I was trying to remember how I remember the name Andres Yuri Vet. I just call him Andy. Disc golf Andy Dies. That's the Andy Dies guy. That's one of the best
really?
hand dyed. Yeah, that guy. If you haven't gone to the Instagram page Andy Dies, this guy is absolutely one of the very best. I couldn't remember where Yuri Vet came from, but yeah, that dude is very, very good at what he does, except for throwing discs off of wobbly water tee pads.
Yeah, I don't know if that was him or if that was his buddy.
I don't know if anybody's that good at that.
I know.
Well, how was that tee pad just teeter-tottering?
Whose idea was the floating tee pad?
Floating tee. It was similar to the hanging basket. Maybe just didn't quite work.
That's worse than the hanging basket, but only by just a tiny little bit.
All right, well, let's move on. Well, folks, once again, it is time to reach back in to the JomezPro vault. A couple weeks ago, we had a man by the name of Paul Ulibarri come on, and was so gracious to just relive just an awful. I'm sorry, but I have to use the word awful round on camera. It ended up being one of our first videos back from 2013 at Texas State's. And, well, we had to have him back on because he needs to come back and find another video in our vault where things just, he needs redemption. He needs redemption in the JomezPro vault. So without further ado, let's get Mr. Paul Ulibarri on there with us. What's up, Paul?
What's up, guys? First of all, that was the funniest clip I have ever seen in my life. I was tearing up. I'm not even lying when this wobbly teeth. Oh, I swear. I was like, oh, I cannot even believe that. Who builds a boat tee pad?
And the thing, it looked like really nice too for a floating tee. Like they put some money into that, and then all that happens is just people falling in the water. Like you can't see the
did you see the? There was a T sign on the. Like, there was a T sign at the front of the tee box, so clearly they didn't have the right mindset entirely. Like,
the other thing too is like,
was okay, but
imagine you went to all this trouble to build this floating tee. There's ground 1 foot over from there. That's just the same. It's exact same shot. So you're not. It's not like it's floating out in the middle of the water and it's some new shot. It's right next to you is some ground. So you didn't even really get a new line. All you did was make a wiggly tee.
You could snap that line and then just push your competitor out there.
Yeah,
that would be
work.
funny.
Sorry, bud.
I mean, honestly, how much cheaper is that setup than, say, hole 18 at Winthrop Gold? I mean, you just like put some posts down in the water, like just whatever the lumber costs. Honestly, this because it seems like making a floating tee pad is not cheap. Like that.
No, you
seems
wouldn't
like,
think.
Yeah, so I just don't understand the poor guy.
Oh, and shout out to Jomez for buying me this mic just like they bought Sexton. I appreciate it, guys.
Man.
Sorry, Jerm.
that thing looks like it's $1 million. What is going on right now?
You guys are all full of it. See, this mic here is just a little cheapo. There's not much to it. It doesn't have the shock of
Because you couldn't afford a better one after you bought these guys their $1 million microphones.
Yeah.
Look at this thing. It's like a little moon lander.
Oh,
a little Sputnik.
a moon lander. That could land on that tee, no problem.
Oh yeah, I'd be like little feathers.
Okay. Well, thank you, Paul, for coming on. Like we said, everyone seemed to have had a really great reaction to that video, except for you. But you were a good sport about it. So of course we wanted to bring you back on, and let's just hope for better times as we look back on the 2014 Texas State's Disc Golf Championships, the final round. You remember this round? Now that you know what we're about to get into.
The way
I
he talked
told
about
you
Texas.
last time.
The way he
not
talked
to
about
the
Texas.
States. I'm just
This
kidding.
guy has
Yeah.
a death wish.
The vault, I can't help that the vault from 2012, 2013, 2014, even into 2015 is mostly Texas events. And you happen to be there. I mean, what do you want me to do? You're the one that put yourself on that card. You know that, right? Like, we showed up.
Hey,
It's not my fault. I make lead cards. It's not
making
my
lead cards.
Yeah, once you're on the card, that's not up to us what happens.
It's only your fault that you make lead cards. You are 100% responsible for that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It's true.
But you're also responsible for what comes after.
And speaking of, let's see.
Deep breath.
We're looking at a good battle so far.
Kind of got the showdown.
Yeah, I just came right out and said Big Sexy Commentary. That's what we'll call it. Gosh, windy in the vault.
It is so. This was one of the windiest tournaments I've ever played from start to finish. Wysocki, obviously, with a 6-stroke lead. The first round he shot was 11-11, and he's sitting at 111 strokes right there. Paul, you want to give him a little background about your first round and how good you felt about it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's been 2 times ever in my career where I came off the course and I told myself, there's no possible way anybody beat me today. there was just I couldn't have found any other strokes. And not only did I not have the hot round, Ricky beat me by 6 shots, I think.
Yeah, you shot
in that round.
He shot a 55.
Yep. I'll never forget it. Yep.
What was the other time?
It was in, where was it? It was at the Rumble, and I shot a really good round. I think I shot a 49 or something in pretty wet conditions at Circle 2, I think is what it's called or something. And Paul shot a 48. So
Camden 2, maybe?
Camden 2. There you go. Yep.
So we got Simon Lizotte back in his still in his Paramore days, still looking a little emo.
Yeah.
Look at that tailwind. That shot was so good and would have curled up under the basket any less wind, but that thing just pushed it another 40 feet. Oh my gosh.
The good thing though is to remember, these guys are professionals. We're not going to see any weird floaty putts. It's just going to be business as usual around the green. That's my prediction.
Yeah, right, buddy.
This was one of the windiest rounds I've ever played, ever.
It has that look.
Oh, it was, yeah.
The big tailwind here. Paul over the top. Actually, that's fortunate to catch those top nubs, because if that had skipped long, he would have had a 20-foot comebacker, and that is no guarantee. I mean, you
all
can
right,
see this.
Pause this. How in the heck? I'm going to show you. First of all, this is the start to my round, okay? How in the heck does my putt drop 10 feet out of the air, it seems like, in the amount of 20 feet in this rager of a headwind? Look at this. Look at it. Are you kidding me? Look at, there's the door. There you go.
That's a headwind putt. It stayed lifted. This is the comeback putt you don't want, and that's the best catch a Mach 3 has ever made that I've ever seen. That was so far right. That's a good par for Rick.
So after one hole, I'm already like, really? This is what it's going to be like today? Headwind dropper?
You're still within 9 strokes, and it's super windy, so, I mean, everyone's really still in the mix. I mean, I remember this hole being really tough, but there was a big right to left now, so that's pretty scary. That's just sick.
Parked.
I used to rock this jacket all the time. I used to have a good thing going on with that purple checkered jacket, Paul. I just want to let you know that.
No, I think I still have it somewhere.
Oh,
headwind, no lift. What do you know?
By the way, that is a nasty tailwind putt from Rick. That American flag is barely even duct taped to the top of the basket there. It's just trying to rip into the creek. And from 40 feet, just staring down the downhill tailwind like that. That's crazy.
Mm.
You've been screwing up star frames going all the way back to
2014.
Yeah.
Or 2013, sorry. Oh. Man, it's crazy. I remember this round, too. We had a huge gallery. That's right. Yeah.
I mean, that's about as big a gallery as you're going to see in Texas when there's that much wind. It's just so cold. But I mean, really, at this time, like, this is as big of an all-star card as you're really going to gather.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh.
Good skip. It was a good skip.
Great break. Fantastic.
Oh no. That is.
You anti-skipped so bad you didn't lose your disc, at least, all the way over the creek.
Yep. Oh, I finally lifted. Oh, good one. Good stick.
Why are we doing
one of these things? Why are we doing this to you? You're a good person. You should.
This happened. This actually happened. It's nothing. You can't live in denial.
Oh no.
It's all right. I'm still in the mix.
Yeah, you're still hunting.
Like the trail mix. I don't know, man.
That's a nice shot.
That is a nice shot. It's worth repeating that Ricky was just damn near unbeatable in Texas in the wind at this time. It just was so crazy how well he played out here. And look at you, Macbeth there with a big flex with a Nova up the hill, like 350 feet. Ugh.
I think I had like an insane streak of like from this point on no birdies the rest of the round.
Oh,
Have you
boy.
had-
Or no, I might have got maybe one more. I remember this hole too. I think I take one of the worst breaks ever. I can't remember what happens, but
Oh, Simon has still
Whoa.
released that disc 5 years, 6 years later. No hole. Not
there's
that
one. Oh yeah, there's one tree you have to miss here. You just miss one tree, and you got the eagle bid putt.
That's a big drive. That looks good.
Yep. No. How about land 6 feet short of safe, re-tee?
Oh.
All right. And then I remember this one gets caught up too. Really good shot, coming back, no problem. One branch, you're done.
Oh, PU.
Got stinky a little bit.
Do you ever think about your initials being PU when you have a hole that is going like this one?
Does lay it up.
Not
Wow.
exactly.
All right.
Bangs this for sure.
Oh,
Oh.
I got one more attempt.
I'm not going to lie. Seeing you struggle is no longer funny. Right now, I'm actually in a dark place watching this.
What number was that we just saw?
I don't remember. It was I think a 7 maybe.
That's a Texas snowman, my friend. You just
Ooh.
collected the ingredients in an area that's never seen snow in Texas in March, and you created a snowman out of it.
Now here's something to think about though. What I'm doing isn't like a rare thing in Texas in this wind. This is tough conditions.
Oh,
Yeah, sure.
absolutely.
It's just
No.
for some reason these guys this round, I think they all just absolutely shredded it. Like, look at this. Are you kidding?
What the? Are you kidding me? How the you? I'm sorry. We're gonna have to go backwards a little bit because that flag is completely sideways, and Macbeth just ripped in what 50 feet, just super soft putt.
Yes.
Oh, wait. Did I do this? Okay, yeah, here we go.
Wow.
Okay, maybe not 60 feet. That's just a good, clean 49 footer. But like, that disc came out of his hand at perfect chain height and didn't drop an inch in a headwind.
There's
That
usually
one-
from half the distance.
Oh,
To give you guys a nice perspective. After this.
Yeah. Here's a great player from half as far.
So this next hole actually back then, this was before the stroke and distance rule. Like you could actually unload your bag on this. People were taking 20s.
ooh.
Whoa.
Did you play
Whoa.
this one, Germ?
Yeah, I did. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people would take like a 20 on this hole today in this particular round.
Was it this hole or was it a different? Oh, it was this one.
It was an
Huh?
island hole. Is this not it? Oh no, you're right. This is
Yeah,
later
yeah.
on in the round.
It looked like your arm maybe broke halfway on up. It looked like it just kind of limply stopped. Like it just didn't have the capability of raising above your waist. What happened?
This is it. This is the
Yeah.
isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Yes,
it.
it is.
This
Um,
Whoa.
there were multiple people in the field I remember taking like 20s on this hole.
This was a really, really scary hole, especially with that wind and those low, those low ceiling branches were just so tough. You know, the Texas mesquite trees, you can't account for all the limbs on the backside of the tree, which makes the approach so difficult. That's a great recovery shot. Honestly,
Wow.
not a bad four.
No, that year I remember 4 was like way better than usually for like a shorter hole like that, obviously.
Yeah.
It's honestly, that's a pretty legit shot shank redemption. That's pretty perfectly done.
Oh gosh.
Nate, you are a savage, my friend. What did you just have your whole DVD collection in front of you?
Hey, you know.
That's a bit of a rip.
Wow. Wow.
My
Sit
gosh.
though.
That was a sick shot.
6% chance here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when it's when it's raining, it's pouring in the wind. If your putt is a little bit off, you have no confidence to spin it in there and combat the wind with any sort of offensive attack. I mean, it's just
See, that's not fair. If you put literally anybody else in the field besides Ricky and Paul, no, and maybe Simon, nobody's really making that putt.
No,
like
no,
it's so
no one.
windy.
I wasn't.
No,
I'm not trying to say
it's not
6%
an
is
attack
enough
on you. I'm just
either.
saying, yeah, sure. It's just if you haven't had a chance to find your putt because every putt you have is 25 feet and it's ripping wind, how can you gain your confidence?
I remember going into this round thinking like, oh, it's time to like shred. I remember like my putt felt good, everything was like nice, and then it was just like.
Were you kind of thinking like, it's 2014 now, 2013 Texas States is way back in the past. That's history. It's not happening again.
Yeah,
Texas.
Yeah.
Texas won the battle. Like in 2015, I go back and no spoilers, but I didn't go back till 2018.
Wow.
After 15, I told myself I would never go back to Texas to play any of the tournaments unless it was a national tour or pro tour, because I would leave Texas with no confidence.
Yeah.
And that was a real thing. I'm not lying. Like I just didn't go. I skipped the whole tour.
Which is so crazy because you did so well to get to this point. And, the last round, Paul Ulibarri, Pinata, Texas is holding the baseball bat, and you're just getting pummeled, my friend.
But I remember thinking like I would have to change my stroke mid tournament, because you can't putt your regular putt. You have to change your stroke. And then all of a sudden I'm going into other tournaments with like no confidence. But it started earlier than even this. My first ever bad experience on tour was 2006. We went, or maybe it was 2007. I played the Texas State Championships, and there was like, it flooded. It was the craziest flood ever, a crazy storm, and Tom Bass Park was so flooded that there were literally bass swimming around the fairways. That's not a lie. And there were these ant colonies that all got uprooted from their colonies, and they would get in a ball, the fire ants, and if you were walking, anything that they could attach to, they would attach to you. So there were people having to drop out of the tournament because these ants attacked them walking down the fairway because there was so much water everywhere.
Sounds nice.
You were always you found ant bombs, and you got toasted by a tick bomb down there in Florida one time. You were always finding these clusters of bugs.
The tick bomb was nothing compared to what Texas brings, as you can see.
True or false? The tick bomb exploded on your clothing. As soon as your round was over, you went to the locker room that was at the course in Jacksonville and removed all your clothing and threw it away. Is that true?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You didn't burn it, right? You just threw it away in the trash.
Just tossed it, yeah. I should have burnt it, but I don't think I had a fireplace. If I did, I probably would have. Yeah, no. So Texas, though, has just not been. It wasn't very friendly to me. In my career, I have more second places in Texas than any other place. It was the last place where I would go play because the tour always went through Texas. It always did. Like if you were on tour, you played Memorial and then you went to Texas. And
would you rather get second place or fifth place?
Second.
You gotta get second.
Yeah.
Okay. Some people might not say that. Some people actually hate second more than they hate all the other places besides, first or nothing. But I don't know, that's maybe a stupid question. I don't know.
No, I've heard that before too, and I'm like, all right, I'll take second. You can take fifth. Perfect.
Yeah, that's a silly way of thinking about it, in my opinion.
I agree.
Now, don't get me wrong. I've been more mad with a second place finish than a fifth place finish as far as emotionally. But
for sure.
I mean, at the end of the day, you would rather take second at the World Championships than fifth.
What about you, Jonathan?
So the thing about when we show up to tournaments, that we know we're going to get first place no matter what by the end of it. So no, I'm just kidding. But honestly, I've had these conversations with players before. Like, I don't know that I could handle the pressure of being like showing up to a tournament and not knowing like if a week's worth of practice, like what it amounts to as my job. And I'm just like, that's just because I'm not a professional athlete, so I don't know what that mindset's like. So you guys are like on another level where you can play through that and have like that pressure and still be able to perform. Whereas we're just there to do our job and hold a camera and hopefully maybe get an ace. But we know that the players are gonna play it out of their minds. Somebody's gonna win, and we're gonna be able to broadcast it. So definitely props to all you guys, because I don't know. You guys are just.
Would you rather film the second card or the fifth card?
Well, there you go. See, that's what you should have said. That's what you should have said, because everyone knows the answer to that. So, but thank you, Uli, for coming on. And
oh boy, it's gonna be better next time. Buddy.
It'll be better next time. We're definitely gonna have you on. It'll be better. Thank you for talking us through that. Honestly, as crazy and hard to watch as those rounds are, I personally love hearing your insight on all of this, because a lot of players would probably just be like, heck no, I'm not reliving that, screw you, like pick something else, or I'm busy or whatever. But you're just like, it's different being able to see somebody go through that and be able to get in their head and be like, what was going through your head through all of that. And like even now looking back, and just the perspective on, because it's times like that certainly helps shape you as a player, because you really have to learn to keep playing through those times to bounce back and know how to go from one round to the next, so
even watching that now, I found myself like thinking, man, I would love to take my game now and put it in those times to see how I would shave strokes or different things, because I do feel like over time Texas is just a different animal when it comes to golf in general. I mean, the terrain's different, the winds, it's like a heavy air about it, to where like your discs kind of just fly a little bit different than other places. And then when you get the strong winds, it's really dry. Like it's just a different experience altogether. And it definitely has made me a better player for sure, playing in Texas. But I definitely needed a break after 2015, I think.
Well, once again, we really appreciate you being a good sport and getting us through that, to relive that moment from 2014 through the JomezPro vault. We certainly will have you on again, and like Germ said, it'll be better next time.
Please.
So in the
good
meantime,
to see you, man.
Thank you for joining
good
us.
To see you guys
be
too.
Sure to take care of yourself, and
I will.
We'll see you soon.
All right, guys, enjoy.
All right, folks. It's been a couple weeks. It's probably been 3 weeks since we've done this segment. And we wanted to kind of table it for a couple weeks so we could build up, get some suggestions from some people and make it good. You probably already know what I'm talking about, but earlier today we put out a post and asked for some more suggestions where people could suggest what you guys were going to weigh in on. Is it big or is it sexy?
Ooh,
nice.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna keep this one short and sweet. This is big, man. This is one of the 7 natural wonders of the world. 8? How many are there? Do you know that enough?
I don't know.
This is, yeah. Have you been on the Maid of the Mist?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think once you take a boat and you circle this grandeur, and you get pummeled by the water, there's nothing that you're thinking sexy. I don't think. I mean, there have been some romantic moments shared. I'm sure there's been some beautiful proposals, but I'm going big. This is just too larger than life.
Yeah, it's powerful. I mean, power can be sexy, that's for sure. But in this case, I'm gonna agree with you that I got a lot of family in Buffalo area. I've been there many times. That is a big spot to be. I'm going big.
That rainbow did introduce a nice argument, but yeah, big it is.
Oh, wow.
Oh. Ooh. There are some good arguments for both cases here. All right. You want to go first? I've got some things to say, but I went first last time.
I haven't played this hole, but this is sexy to me. This is the precision, how close it got. It's not, the power is impressive, but what impresses me more at that range is the accuracy, and accuracy is a sexy science.
Yeah, I mean, there's no debating how big that shot is, but I am with you there too. I'm going to call this one sexy because in my eyes, there is nothing more attractive in disc golf than a nice, smooth anhyzer, but when thrown with the power and controlling that glide, like you said, and just parking it, that's sexy. That's a good one, though. I like that. That was a good call.
We're in agreement today.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh. Look at him hoist it. Oh,
man.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Nice.
Wow. Good suggestion.
I think this is big to me more than it's sexy. This is a big moment in an athlete's life. One of the biggest for me and for you. So, and that trophy's heavy. And it's honestly, that glass thing perching on top, it is so scary to lift it up over your head because you don't want to be that guy.
It's not secured. Yeah.
So that to me, fear really takes the sexy out of anything. So that to me is big.
Well, I will say I had the distinct honor of being the only player in USCGC history to be able to have this trophy at my house for the full year, which is a really cool thing. I could pass by it in the living room every time I went to the room. And I definitely never considered that thing sexy. I think, if I was on the fence before the argument, you definitely sold me with how big that is in a player's career. And it's the heaviest trophy I've ever hoisted. Until I win the World Championships and rip the disc golf basket out of the ground, there won't be a heavier one, I can imagine. So, yeah, big it is for the U.S. title. And that's it, huh?
Well,
nice, my
I can
bring it.
I'm in the way.
Oh, sorry, John.
I had to block it.
My bad.
That's not happening on my watch.
Wow.
Just kidding.
That's crazy. Sorry we didn't argue more. But yeah, I mean, sometimes it's just cut and dry. Sometimes you just know.
Hey, that's all good. We really appreciate everyone's suggestions. 2 out of 3 of those came just from today, from a post earlier today. So thank you to those. And they also were entered. They actually won $20 gift certificates to the JomezPro.com shop. So be sure to send us an email if you saw your name on there along with that, with those suggestions. Be sure to send us an email to showmez@JomezPro.com so that we can get you set up with your prize. We're hoping to come back in a couple weeks with some even better suggestions. Try to rack you guys' brains. Maybe you'll kind of debate about it a little bit more, but that's okay. I actually thought it was cool that you guys that were on the same page with those.
Yeah, I think there could have been a better argument for sexy on Niagara Falls, but yeah, I think we got it right that time, Nate. Good work.
I agree.
All right, let's move on. Well, if you remember from last week, we teased a little something. We asked people to weigh in and let us know what their favorite snacks were out on the course. Of course, we got tons of data, tons of feedback. We were able to sort through it all and pick the top selections from everybody across the country, definitely, and I'm sure plenty of suggestions from outside of the country. So there's a lot to take in here, and we obviously wanted to give it the proper treatment and kind of go at it a little bit like a bracket style. This year we had to miss out on March Madness, on the NCAA tournament, unfortunately. So we thought, hey, how can we kind of give a little bit of a nod to that? And so that's why it's time for Munch Madness 2020.
Wow.
That's right.
God.
We took
That
the
is so
top
good.
16 voted on items, snacks out on the course, and we are going to let them go head to head, bracket style, with you guys picking your favorites. The winners will move on, and we'll get all the way down until we have one snack to rule them all. This is going to be tough, though, because you know how food goes. It's just like it's hard to get everyone on the same page.
Yeah, we're going to try, each of these matchups, Germ and I. And then if we disagree, we're going to have Jonathan in there to taste them as well. He's going to break ties. And I don't know about Germ. I'm not coming at this. My whole slate is wiped clean here. Every food I taste in this competition, I'm tasting for the very first time. I'm not trying to come in with any preconceptions. I'm coming in the first. I mean, I've eaten hundreds of bananas, but this is the first time I'm really going to taste one. And I'm going to try to be as honest as I can. And I'm not really coming at it from purely, it's not all about taste. It's about, what's going to power me through to the 18th hole. There's a lot of factors kind of at play in here. So I'm going to vote with my heart. I'm going to, really try to sink into these things and see what they really taste like.
And like you said, there are several factors on what makes a good disc golf snack. When we're out there on the course, convenience, nutrition, giving you some energy, maybe rewarding yourself for a job well done. Maybe you want to punish yourself for a job not so well done. I don't know what kind of player you are, but there are all sorts of different reasons to have different snacks with you on the course. So there's going to be all these things that are going to go into each and every single one of these judgments. And like Nate said, if Jonathan needs to be a tiebreaker, he's prepared to do so. And, I got to say, thank you, Nate, so much for coming up with this great concept.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Honestly, it was mostly about us hitting this later time slot because this is dinner time on the West Coast, this show. So I'm just looking for a way to kind of get some snacks in. I don't know who, honestly, though, in that little graphic, I saw pizza. I don't know who suggested pizza, and I sure hope it's not Chicago-style pizza because that's not going to make
Oh, my God, stop it. Oh, my God. It is. I reserve the cringe,
ladies and
Nate,
gentlemen.
okay? I do the dad jokes, and
you're witnessing history here. No one has ever done DVD title puns live on YouTube before. I'm almost positive of it, and Nate is just full of them tonight.
That's stupid.
All right, let's get into this. So our first matchup is bananas. Gentlemen.
What, bananas are today?
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's today.
I didn't come prepared for a banana. I thought that was next week.
You don't have one?
What did you think we were doing today?
No. I don't know. I'll just have to go off previous memory of what a banana tastes like.
I got two. You want one of these?
Yeah, you got one for me, buddy?
Yeah, you can have this one. How is
what
it?
a guy.
How is it?
Oh my goodness.
This banana is on the whole a little greener than I would typically go for, but the store had what the store had.
Okay.
You probably taste that. It's a little green.
I want to mention the ergonomics of a banana. First off, it's got all these different ridges that match the hand and all the little ridges in our hand, which is great for convenience, and it's shaped, for easy consumption. It also has little protective barriers in case an errant disc comes at you, much like a sword has protection against other swords. So that's a nice thing too. It has protection. So, there's a lot of things going for a banana. Obviously the nutrition is great. Monkeys love them and they are quite delicious. And a little bit of sugar, never a bad thing to have in the course to get your energy up. So solid starting snack. That is for sure.
Yeah.
What's next?
Oh, gummy bears. For me, I'm going to talk banana while I eat gummy bears. But for me, the banana pros, obviously a little bit healthy, tastes great, very portable, easy to get, cheap. Okay.
Sorry about that.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
There we go.
Cons. You can leave one in the bottom of your bag for a long time, and I've done it.
Banana. Yeah. You don't want to be eating bananas. You don't want a banana in the bottom of your bag for more than like.
Have you ever
half a
done
wrap.
that? I've done it
No.
I've done it for like weeks, and then been like, "What is going on with my bag?"
So
And then you reach down there, and it gets ugly.
I went down the street to buy some gummy bears, and I just wanted to get a small bag, but 7-Eleven was sold out, so I got this large bag, and I think they have the same supplier as the Albanese Candy Company, which makes my favorite gummy bear product.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually quite happy they did, because this gummy bear package came with a resealable Ziploc top, which is great for in-bag storage, and you never have to worry about the 1-week-old banana problem. The cons of a banana, like you said, they get smushy. If you don't have some sort of protective barrier against outside damage, I don't want to eat a banana that's been bruised up. I'm sorry, it's not for me.
Sure.
A gummy bear can be used as motivation to do better. Sometimes, if I'm not playing well, I will say, Jeremy, you do better. And if you do, you get a gummy bear as a little treat, as a little reward for getting a birdie. So for me personally, I know that the nutrition is about 50-50 with bananas and gummy bears. So I think the edge of those two, I'm going to go in gummy bears between these two.
Yeah, man, you would buy the biggest gummy bear pack to come do this test.
Yeah, I would.
And I don't believe
gummies.
for a second you ever just ate one gummy bear after you got a birdie.
No, that just allowed me to start the train.
Honestly, you have enough gummy bears over there to make it rain, man.
I'm out of here. It's been fun, guys.
See you
I
later,
really
Jerm.
enjoyed it. Maybe Yuli can do the rest of the show, but I'm out.
Yeah, thank you so
Anyway,
much for.
I'm voting banana though. I'm voting banana. I can't do like just a straight up candy as like the greatest disc golf snack. I love the taste. Sure, gummy bears are great, but I'm gonna vote banana.
Hey, can I come back?
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
And I'm gonna eat.
Because-
I'm gonna eat 2 more gummy bears.
Because Nate just voted against you, which means this is my first opportunity
if it was
to
my
weigh in here.
dude, if it was my wife voting, these are Haribo gummy bears that she bought them and she loves them. For her, probably the holy grail of snacks.
How many DVDs do you own?
I don't know.
DVDs you out. Are they all relevant?
Who's counting? You know?
How have you
I don't know.
not donated those to Goodwill or just thrown them in the trash by now? Nate, DVD
throwing 'em
technology
pretty
is
good
like
right behind
15
me.
years old. It's gone. It's been removed 15 years.
You know? They're good for
What
something.
brand-
They're good for this.
What you said you had Haribo?
Yeah.
Okay.
There it
so
is.
There's a little consistency there, and I actually had gone out for Haribo just for scientific data purposes, just to make sure that we're all on the same page. But like I said, actually to my benefit, came out with the good ones here.
Okay.
All right, so you're munching on a gummy bear right now.
I already
He's
took a
about
bite
to
of banana.
break this tie.
Okay. And do you want a banana? I've got one right here.
Oh.
Okay, you.
No,
Okay.
go ahead. Go ahead. I'll have yours. It's backwards.
Bananas are good though.
It's backwards. Thanks, Trim. Okay. Now that I somehow had both at the same time, which I've never done, a banana and a gummy bear at the same time.
No one ever has.
I mean, I'm a big fruit fan. I like bananas. There's nothing wrong with them, but I can't vote against a gummy bear.
Wait, a fruit fan, and now you're going with a non-fruit.
Hey, Haribo has
Hey, you're the boss. You're the
natural
boss, man. I'm not gonna.
and artificial
let's not fight
fruit
it.
flavors.
Yeah, you're
Delicious,
right.
yeah.
Gummy bears.
Delicious
fruit.
flavors. Cherry, that's a fruit.
Mhm.
Pink grapefruit, that has fruit in the name. Watermelon,
raspberry,
strawberry,
lemon.
orange, blue raspberry. These are fruits. He's a fruit fan. He just said that. He's a fan of many fruits. Banana's just one.
Yeah, and banana's gonna go is gonna get bruised,
The
or I gotta
banana's
wait for it to
gone.
be ripe? Like
Gummy
Germ,
bear's through.
you're eating a green banana.
Oh, it's bad.
These gummy bears are
this
ready all the
particular
time.
banana that I just ate is bad, but
And you voted for it over a gummy bear?
All right,
Wrong with
first
you?
matchup. I was happy to break the tie for you guys. Gummy bears it is. Next matchup.
Wow.
Can you guys hear me?
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, this thing is like we're waiting on it to start cooperating. Sorry, folks. We actually okay. Uh-oh. Try just adding.
Well, I can
Did
hear
you-
Coraline in the background, so she's probably unplugging cords and stuff like that. You always got to unplug it and plug it back in. Just tell Coraline to plug the streaming device back into the wall.
What's happening is I've said the word gummy bear too loud too many times.
Oh, that's what it is.
And even though she's upstairs, she's out,
Well-
she's looking for a gummy bear.
I also, while we're waiting here, I can go ahead and show that Jules has prepared me for this with our little picnic basket.
You pretty sure no one's seeing anything at the moment. Hold on, go back to the playhead.
Well, if they can hear me, then they can hear that I've got a picnic basket,
There
and
you
it's
go.
very sweet.
Come on. Sorry, I think I spoke too soon when I said nothing has started on fire yet.
We got our first fire.
This is the beauty of doing stuff live. This is what we're not used to. We're used to being able to have control, and the chat is like going crazy. Of course, we love it. There's like probably 1,600 plus people on here, so this is what we get. We're trying to work through it.
This is a good time to start coming up with those made-up stories about Nate and Jonathan to help you win the prize package. And don't forget, those guys who came up with the suggestions for the Bigger Sexy, they got paid money. It pays to participate in the JomezPro chat, folks.
Okay, so we got that.
Oh, hey!
So we got some video. It's just the video froze up, so that's the problem. Sorry, we're like trying to work through that real quick. Thank you everyone for hanging in there with us. As we said, we're see now there's Germ right there. Try to like this is great. Oh man. Okay, well, we're trying to work through it.
They're not even a real country anyway.
You better turn that off or it's gonna flag it, Germ. You can't be doing that. Where's the playhead? I'm trying to see if we can just
I just give
turn
it a
off.
couple of seconds. And anytime anything goes wrong, I always remember those important words. Thomas Gilbert lives by those words. If he misses a putt, you know what he...
All right. This is what does that do? I'm asking. Hit it.
It's probably a good time for the folks at home to go into the kitchen, take out a couple slices of bread, get the peanut butter and jelly out.
Yeah, taste
And
along with us.
I want you to
There
go
we
ahead
go.
and join us.
Gee whiz. See, now there's two germs.
Double germ.
What up, mate?
Double
Oh,
germ. Oh, double
Nate.
Nate.
What's up,
All right.
old Nate?
If you're still here with us, you're the real MVP because that was like a solid 2 minutes of just
That
nothing.
was awful.
I will never forget each and every one of you. Whoever is still with us, you guys are the true fans.
We can edit that out and post though, right?
Yeah, let's edit that. Let's everyone forget what you saw. Get a little Men in Black flasher things.
This is next day coverage, right? We're not doing the live, so let's just cut that all out, and nobody will ever know.
It's still different because you're the real MVP, because that was like a solid 2 minutes of just nothing.
Okay, I think we're good. Somebody's audio's on.
Is still with us.
I hear it.
You guys are.
It's Juan.
Oh, it's Juan. Juan turned his audio on. We are having all kinds of issues. Sorry about that, folks. All right, here we go. We're alive. We're still alive.
What are we tasting?
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
There we go.
That's what that button's there for. We have another matchup.
Yeah, let's
Do you
go.
know what it is?
Oh yeah,
It's
we know what it is.
peanut butter and jelly.
Oh yeah. Well, I went ahead and had mine prepared in my favorite peanut butter and jelly to-go container.
Nice.
You do not want to go on the course with a PB&J unless it is protected with some plastic protection. Go ahead, and I want to go ahead and say I have Smucker's creamy peanut butter and Smucker's strawberry preserves just for consistency here. A classic PB&J. Did not slice off the edges, and this is Sara Lee Artisanal white bread. And that way people at home can play along.
I went with like a little more upscale. I got a Dave's Killer bread. I've got a no sugar added raspberry jam, and I've got an organic PB.
You are such a nerd. God. There is just no way to describe how good a peanut butter and jelly sandwich is when you're on
It
the
is
court.
weirdly
It's
good.
It is like a warm hug when times are desolate, maybe dark,
Mhm.
and if things are going well, it is just like a spirit can lift you even higher. There's never a time when you can eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and just be sitting there being like, meh. It's like riding a wave runner of snacks. You can only be happy.
I've never ridden one.
It is a bit salty, definitely sweet, but completely satisfying all the way. I'm a big fan.
What's it up against?
of
It is
PB&J.
up against chocolate chip cookies.
Okay. This is a worthy adversary.
This is a very worthy adversary. But again, it is all about the cookie you select. What are you eating on your side of the country?
It's a pretty nondescript cookie. Let me see.
What is it like?
It looks
Uncle
like
Ed's, like
it looks like
chocolate
this.
cookies?
Oh, that is
Okay,
like
all right.
that cookie looks
pretty solid
amazing.
chocolate-
Whoa,
Holy
whoa!
crap.
It looks like that. It is
Wow.
this.
Marcy
Baking
You know what?
chocolate chunk cookie.
I am jealous of your cookie. I am trying a brand I've never had before.
Okay.
Dewey's Southern Soft Bake Southern Style Chocolate Chip Cookies. Now, I thought about cheating a little bit and getting a bag of cookie dough because it's chocolate chip cookie dough.
Mm-hmm.
But that would be cheating, and thus I did not. So this is the first time trying this. It's a good cookie.
I mean, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. So is the PB&J. These are heavy hitters in our bracket. Kind of sad to see one of these go out in the first
Yeah,
round.
this is unfair. This is like an 8 seed versus a 9 seed. This could go either way.
Yeah.
Grandma's cookies travel pretty well in their plastic, but like once you open them, a Grandma's cookie is a bit ambitious. I mean, that's a big cookie and it comes in a 2-pack.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about the best type of chocolate chip cookie you can take with you on the go. And unless you're bringing some sort of extra container, which you got to, like a PB&J, you got to bring an extra container. Is that points against or is that points for? Because it's staying solid. I don't know. I honestly, it's a tough one.
Well,
but the crumb factor of a cookie in the bottom of the bag, like you said with the banana, that is points against.
Yeah. I'm gonna go PB&J. It's got that taste you never forget.
Now, if you guys wouldn't mind, I'd like to do something that I want to introduce to the world, and I'm sure it's been done before, but I've never done it. I've never heard of it before Henry and I came up with this. But this is a sandwich creation. This is a new concept in PB&J.
Wow.
And I'd like to share this with you. We call it a PB and spicy. Now this is a toasted bread. Show the toasted side. Peanut butter and pepper jelly. So this is a different thing. This is not as sweet. I don't know. I don't remember the last time I had pepper jelly, if I've even had pepper jelly. This is SHOWMEZ exclusive, and this is my
You've never
first
tried
ever
this.
bite.
This is the first bite ever.
Never tried this. This is a concept we came up with, I think, before even Corona. All right? This has been a long time in the making. We're debuting it tonight. Here it is.
PB and spicy.
Also, I'd like to thank Jules for making this so it would be fresh and warm while I enjoy it. This is not a sandwich to enjoy with cold or room temperature bread. You want this?
And this is not in the bracket.
down.
This is just an exclusive for
No,
everybody.
he
This
went
is to
wrong
pay
on
you
this
guys
one.
back for that problem we had with the technical glitches. We made Jeremy to PB and spicy to kind of make even the score, balance the scales.
First off, I want to say right off the bat, I absolutely love it.
Really?
I absolutely love it. In fact, I might even start toasting my PB&Js even with just normal preserves.
Mm.
But the spice is nice. It's not as spicy as I want it to be. I might even try getting some fresh jalapenos and just get a little tiny bit. I want a little bit of spice. I'm not like a huge spice guy, but I'm like starting to be. Like I'm putting sriracha on things I normally put ketchup on before.
Okay.
So, but I'm gonna go ahead and say peanut butter. Peanut butter and jelly takes the over cookie for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you too?
Yeah.
Okay. PB&J moves on.
No cookies for you, Jonathan.
Yeah, I was gonna
Sorry,
say I
buddy.
didn't need to weigh in on this one. As much as that disappoints me, I'm glad to see you guys come to an agreement. I had a feeling it was gonna be PB&J. I mean, the way y'all set it up, I mean, how could you not vote for that? I mean, chocolate chip cookies are pretty classic, but there's just something about
Yeah.
that sandwich, man. When you
Yeah.
But okay, so that puts gummy bears through on one side, and that puts the PB&J through on the other side. There's still lots more to come from Munch Madness, and we're going to let you guys get involved too. So coming on Wednesday, if you stay tuned to our social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, we're going to be sending out blank brackets, or a way for you to fill in your brackets with, of course, the 2 freebies from the first 2 matchups. And we're going to let you guys play along just like you normally would with your other bracket stuff. And the people that make it further and further are going to get prizes. Somebody might even get a perfect bracket, and that's going to, pay off big time, because we really appreciate everyone getting involved. Be sure to let us know, did Germ get it right? Did Nate get it right? Did the right food go through on the bracket? Let us know. And
Yeah, and just to be clear, this isn't about what you like. This is about trying to predict what we're going to like.
Exactly. Thank you for clarifying. That's exactly right. So you gotta know your Nate Sexton, you gotta know your Jeremy Coling, and kind of get in their heads, and maybe you do a little digging on their Instagram and kind of think, oh, I've seen him pose with a you probably would have known he was going to pick gummy bears, because there's probably a post 2.5 years ago of Germ just scarfing down some gummy bears, and there's probably zero posts with him
Honestly,
eating a banana.
If you saw my teeth 2 years ago, you probably would have known I was picking gummy bears.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I should have had more bananas growing up.
Yeah.
Brush your teeth, kids.
All right. Thanks for being here with us while we kicked off Munch Madness 2020. Thanks for sticking through the technical difficulties. We hope those are behind us, but they're probably not. So again, thank you to all the MVPs out there still hanging out with us, and let's keep on moving. All right, guys, it's time for the Q&A portion of the show, for you to drop a comment down below on the chat. Let us know. Get us a couple questions. If we pick your question, you're going to get a $20 gift certificate to the JomezPro.com shop. So get in there, make it good. We have a couple from social media that we're going to put up here first. And the first question is from Dustin Stratton. Who would you guys want to play you in a Hollywood movie?
I mean, so many people have made that joke. I'm not sure that I buy in on the Channing Tatum thing, but so many people have told me that I guess I even to the point of like a random employee of like a fast food place in North Carolina one time told me that, like unconnected to Macbeth trying to push that out there. So I guess that would make sense. I mean, from the neck up. I mean, I'm not trying to say I don't have that chiseled. What's up, Magic Mike? Is that the movie? Yeah, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for that, but I can get ready.
You mean you don't have the DVD right there in front of you?
I don't have Magic Mike right now, man. I don't have very much new stuff. I keep it kind of more old school, uncut, and unrated. I don't have a lot of new stuff.
What?
It's time for another gummy bear.
Jesus Christ. All right, well, if we're going to go on physical appearances alone, I'm going to go with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I think he would play me really well.
Wow.
Him or Kevin Hart, one of the two of those guys.
Oh, yeah, it's lookalikes.
Oh my goodness.
Next question.
Okay.
Dale Jr.'s not an actor yet, so
yeah, not yet. All right, let's see. What do we got next?
Hey, everyone. My wife and daughter are upstairs, and I can hear them listening to the show. So this is a message to them. It's okay to come get a gummy bear.
Chris Crowder asks, if you guys could build your own course, would the theme be more mountainous, hilly, or flat, super wooded, or open?
I mean, we're talking about a dream course, then give me a little slice of everything. I want it all. If we're gonna dream, I mean, I want uphill, downhill, long, par fives, everything, water.
I'm gonna get like two pretty treacherous uphill holes just so that we can get like 6 nice valley downhill shots. I think there's nothing more pleasurable than throwing a really nice long shot down a valley that maybe even raises up a little bit. Maybe you're throwing over a big pond. But yeah, I think you got to get it all in there. I have a lot of my spirit and soul comes from the mountains, and I had a lot of really good memories in the mountains in North Carolina. There it is.
There we go.
That red section. Yeah, so I definitely like a lot of hills, but you want some flat terrain in there too. You want some water, but I've always enjoyed a course that has the open and wooded aspect. You want to challenge a little bit of everything.
Gummy bear?
Yes, you can have a gummy bear.
Was that Bree?
Yeah, that was Bree. Good night, Coraline.
Good night, Cora. Everybody tell Cora good night in the chat, please. So tomorrow she can read all your comments.
Yeah, she's a big reader.
Yeah.
Somebody can read them to her.
3-year-old level.
Yeah, I'll read them to her.
All right, here we go. From the chat. Here it comes. There it is. Everything is just like fighting against us today, but I swear it's come on. It's like there's
personally, if Mike could just read it to us,
just ask us the question.
Okay. Jonah Brewer asks, what is the most fun you ever had on the course? Ever.
Oh, man.
I have like some big ski hill courses and just like distance off the top of just like watching a disc go 3,000 feet. I mean, just kind of crazy. Like that's some of the most fun. And then also just like, hanging out with buddies too, even like that's a different kind of fun. It's not so much like the most epic thing ever, but just like being with my friends and playing at crazy courses and all kinds of awesome stuff.
Gummy bear.
Take this whole thing of gummy bears up to mommy.
You can have the whole bag if you do not come back for another 40 minutes.
She's going to.
There are different types of fun. You know, there's the fun where you know, where you're in the mix of the tournament. It's a big stage, and you're playing well, and there's cameras there, and you know, you're in the hunt to win. That's like a super, like, you realize that you're kind of in a situation that only the very, very smallest percentage of people in the world will ever get to share that opportunity. And trying to stay focused and also enjoying it is a very tricky thing, but it's really, really fun if you can manage that. So, you know, there's times in my life where that's happened, and I consider that some of the most fun I've ever had. But like he said, like Nate was mentioning, playing with your buds. So earlier this year, actually, at the Memorial, when Nate, Ulibarri, Brad Williams, and I played, all friends for over 10 years, all been touring for a collective, I think we counted over 50 years of touring experience just with the four of us, and we're all younger than 35. So, I mean, that was a lot of fun, and there was the hole-in-one, and it was just a really, really fun time for me personally. And then I think the most fun I think I ever remember feeling, like I had more fun this week than I've ever had ever, was at a tournament last year. It was the Glassbone Open, and I absolutely got my butt rocked. I did not play that well, but it was just the overall week was so much fun. It was all these things that are happening off the course, and it was so uncontrollably windy out there that at a certain point I didn't care about score. I was just trying to enjoy the moment, and I had a great time once I released that pressure of you have to perform at the top. There is no top performing at that point. We were at the grace of what the wind wanted to do with our discs. You know, it was just about enjoying how crazy it was. And I think I remember thinking after the tournament, this was the most fun I've ever had. And it was also the week after I had a lot of dental work done, and it was the first time I could smile in front of the cameras with spectators. And, you know, that was fun. So, you know, so many different types of fun.
Him just saying that all of us are under 35 made me realize next SHOWMEZ is my 35th birthday.
You ain't gonna be under 35.
Next SHOWMEZ is on my 35th birthday.
What are we gonna do for the SHOWMEZ episode that falls on Nate's 35th birthday? I need suggestions on the comments right now. Please.
That just made me think about that.
Let
us
know. What should we
also,
do?
It's not too late to taste test the cookie and the PB&J some more, right?
Oh, absolutely.
One
more
especially
question.
If you're taste testing the PDGA like you just said.
The PDGA, yeah. It's not great. It doesn't taste great.
I'd like to taste test the PDGA some more.
Okay, Will Kendall, what's the most embarrassing moment of your disc golf career?
Oh, this is easy. If anybody was watching the Innova Instagram live last night that me and Ricky did, we went right through it. But for me, 2017 Minnesota Majestic, playoff against Ricky Wysocki, Disc Golf Pro Tour, big time tournament, hundreds of people watching, 14-footer for the win. Everybody already knew I won. I already knew I won. Caged it. Went a couple more holes in the playoff, but my back was broken after I missed that putt. Ended up losing sleep. Ended up losing the tournament. It was not easy to live that one down. Just being in front of 500 people and missing the easiest putt ever for the win, and just going like, "Sorry, everybody." Oh, and then like it's like, and now more playoff, and you're just kind of like, "He wins, okay? He wins. Just please."
Yeah, that was a tough one. I remember watching that one live. I didn't make it out to the event that year, and I remember streaming, and I was screaming at my computer. The first time I screamed at the computer is when you had the dead center spit out in the round, and then you missed. I had the short missed putt, and I was just like, my heart went out, because at that point you hadn't really notched a big, memorable win that would be like on the national stage, and that was definitely in the spotlight of the whole world. And I was just like, man, that was a bummer for me to watch that. But
yeah,
for me, I've got two, and I'm gonna try to make them real quick. Okay, so the first one also involves Ricky slightly, in that he was just there with me. We're practicing for this event in South Carolina, Stony Hill, the Coral Sauls private course. And it's this course where, like, I have really weak ankles, and it's a private property. They push mow, and they might even have a lawnmower, but, like, there are places where you can roll your ankle all over the place. The one place you're safe is the tee box, right? Because they're flat. Well, they got carpet tees. And we were warming up for the event in the morning, trying to get a quick practice round in. And hole 17 at the time was a 330-foot shot across the water. And at the time, I was sponsored by Discraft, and I wanted to get one more practice shot in. And my first step, my left ankle rolls. Okay, so I snap my ankle over, and I'm like, oh gosh, I was in the middle of my throw. I put my left hand down to try to protect my fall. Well, my thumb gets caught in the shorts that I had just bought the day before. These $40 pair of like really nice golf shorts, rips a hole this deep in my shorts, hyperextends my thumb backwards. My face now has nothing to protect it because my right hand is holding my disc, which I then throw into the water, and my face hits the carpet tee box, and I've got a rash on my face, a hyperextended left thumb, a hole in my shorts. I lost my disc, and I rolled my ankle, and it all happened like that. And Ricky was like standing over me, like with his hand down, like, do you want me to help you, or should I laugh, or should I run away? And I was just like, just get away from me for a minute. I just need to sit here and cry. That was pretty embarrassing. Actually, the crazy thing, side note, I won that tournament. It was a one-day tournament. I shot a 1070 rated round right after that happened. I don't know how, but no, who cares? But the other one was a lot more embarrassing in that I was an amateur, and I've had a lot of personal battles with getting over my own inability to deal with bad shots. And this one probably takes the cake of one of the dumbest things I've ever done after a bad shot. 2007 Charleston Classic. I missed the putt. I don't remember how close it was, but I remember falling onto the ground. And I took off my shoe and started beating a palm tree or the ground with it. And my buddy Chris Brown, whose daughter Hope Brown is a multiple-time world champion now. Chris Brown called me for a courtesy warning. One of the 2 times I think in my life I've ever been called for a courtesy warning. And after that, I cleaned my act up, and I was like totally like a saint for the rest of the tournament. And I'm glad that he did, because it like made me realize, oh God, you're being a child. Which I kind of was. I was like 21 years old at the time. But it still was one of the stupidest things I've ever done after a bad shot. It was pretty embarrassing.
Man, I think I would trade having Nate's worst moment on video for having both of yours on video. I think that would make for some really good video. And Nate would probably be glad to have the footage of his deleted.
Sure. That's a deal.
I'd be $100,000 richer on America's Funniest Home Videos if they even still have that show.
Or SHOWMEZ fails.
Yeah, it'd be the perfect SHOWMEZ fail.
It'd be the intro clip. We'd watch it every single episode right before we got into everyone else's flops.
We'd pay you a fraction of that. You'd be, you know. Okay. Well, thank you everyone for the questions. If you had your question pulled up on the screen, be sure to send us an email to SHOWMEZ@JomezPro.com. Let us know so that we can get you set up with your gift card to the JomezPro.com shop. And we're always glad to have Nate and Germ answer all your questions. Be sure to come back next week on Nate's birthday. Think of some really good questions for the birthday boy. So let's move on. There it is.
You're too late.
I know. I put up the wrong hand every
time.
I blocked it again. Okay. Whew, we are running late today. What is happening? The technical difficulties, everything else, but we've been having a great time.
Oops.
Thank you for all of you that are still with us. Again, I cannot thank y'all enough for joining us and sticking through this. We're hitting the home stretch. So, as you know, about this time is when we like to do a little giveaway that involves some trivia. And it's been doing a lot of throwbacks, a lot of firsts for the channel. And this week, we want to know, for $20 to the JomezPro.com shop, when, as in what tournament, was the first ever Nomez? I think most of you know who it is. I don't think there'll be any issue there.
Here, let me make this face so that it'll be harder to tell whose it was.
Poker face.
We're gonna pick. We're gonna pick a question, an answer at random. Whoever tells me the event. That's all. I don't even need to know the year. I need to know the name of the tournament that had the very first Nomez. What is that? Oh my gosh.
That's the tiniest face contest, and I just won.
The tiniest face. All right, we got some answers coming in. Oh, there it is. I already see it. Right answer. I already see it right there. We're gonna play the clip so that you guys, the rest of you, will know. If you didn't know, you're about to.
Oh, good.
About 55 feet or so. Oh, I'm just gonna.
Oh,
No, Nomez! Oh, he Nomez'd me. That's the first ever Nomez.
It's well deserved.
He Nomez'd me. I thought he was. That is rude. Oh,
Eagle with a nice putt.
you're gonna have to finish out the front nine here.
I got you.
I'm gonna need a minute here to think about what just happened.
And here you are.
That's a yes, Mez. Tapping in the par here from 4 feet. Where's my graphic, Jonathan?
And another par from.
Important to state the reason that I was bitter. Why did Nomez start, Jonathan?
Because it was your idea.
And why was it my idea? What happened on the very next hole? The first ever true Nomez.
What do you mean?
Drew Gibson,
who are you to say who the first ever true Nomez?
No.
Come on.
I am actually, to be fair, I am honored to be the first Nomez.
I would hope
but
so.
The next hole, Drew Gibson makes a perfect putt right in the middle, and it spits out. And I go over to Jonathan, and I'm like, we should introduce a Nomez bit. And you're like, oh, that's a great idea. And so the next day, you introduce it, and you throw me under the bus. That wasn't...
you told me that, and I immediately thought back to the previous hole. I thought, why would I use it on Drew Gibson whenever you just did what I believe is the true definition of a Nomez, which is when someone throws the putt and they just think 100% that's in.
Yes.
And they're doing the whole like,
thinking, no.
I'm going to chase it down like Nico in 2009 and beat it to the basket basically, and then stop you dead in your tracks. I'll never forget it.
I that might be one of 3 times in my entire career where I chased after a putt that didn't go in. I generally hold back the chasing in unless I feel really, really good about the putt, and that one really surprised me. I'll never forget that.
Well, congratulations to Logan Yu for winning, for guessing correctly. Be sure to send us an email to showmez@jomezpro.com. Congrats on winning that trivia giveaway and knowing who the first ever Nomez was. I know Germ is honored. It's funny to laugh at because you did it so well. You're the first one, and you're just one of the best.
Yeah, I've had so many, so practice.
All right, as we start to wrap this thing up, we do have our weekly Grip 6 giveaway. Thank you to our partners over at Grip 6 Belt Company for sticking with us through all the craziness. We've been able to have them by our side every single week to give away an awesome Grip 6 prize pack. So be sure to go to grip6.com/JomezPro to get entered. And every week we have another winner. And
they're the best belts. They're the best belts I've ever worn. Honestly, I love actually everything about them.
Oh my God.
Let's just have a moment of silence.
This is The Last of Us. I can't take this anymore.
There you go. There we go.
What you're doing right now is Uncharted.
Fight fire with fire. I love it. Thank you to Grip 6. Like Nate said, Love Actually. That should just be their model. Their motto. Their slogan. Congratulations to last week's winner, Philip Ulibarri from Rockville, Maryland, for winning last week's Grip 6 giveaway. Be sure to go over there, grip6.com/JomezPro. JomezPro to get entered. Whew. Okay, we're just about made it through. I know a lot of you that are still hanging with us. Thank you very much, because we are still giving away that practice basket, that Discraft Chain Star Light. Now is the time to give that thing away. Mike, let's just roll the chat. The thing is about 1.5 miles long right now. Yeah, Germ, come on. Give me a yeah, there we go. Here we go.
Done.
We got our winner. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Germ. Thanks, Nate, for just hanging on through all that. All right, Mike, pull the comment up on the screen so the people know who our winner of the Discraft Chain Star Light portable basket is. Let's go. Mr. Snowboard 15. Congratulations. Be sure to send an email over to Showmez at JomezPro.com to claim that prize, so that hopefully you will be set up with your first practice basket, so you can work on that putting game while you're at home. Okay. What do we got next? We're winding down. We want to thank all of you out there for watching. We especially want to thank our patrons over at patreon.com/JomezPro, because it is 100% on all of you guys for supporting us, because through this time, without the people on there on the website supporting us with the merchandise, and especially the Patreon, we wouldn't be doing this, because this isn't cheap. I know we're sitting at home and this is us just doing our thing, but you know, everyone but
how are
Germ
you
is
gonna
using
afford
his
to
own
buy $1
microphone.
million mics?
Yeah, Germ is using his own microphone, but like Nate needs a microphone, Yuli needs a microphone.
Yeah.
Follow Flight Mike, you know, he needs oil. He's actually a robot, so we have to buy oil and fuel for him to keep him going. So thank you all. I want to take this time to shout out a couple of our I want to take this time to let you all know of some of our April exclusives for Patreon. First up, we have go ahead, Mike. We have our Why Are Trees Part 1.
Is this real?
Limited edition posters from Nate's. Look at that beautiful print.
Is this real?
These are limited edition. These are 1 of 12, and each print will be signed.
Does this mean am I an author now?
Oh, come on. Absolutely. We knew this long ago.
Sweet.
1 of 12, hand signed and numbered by Nate Sexton himself. Be sure to get over there. All the details are over at patreon.com/JomezPro. If you want to win one of these rare, inspirational pieces of art, go over there, log in, sign up for a giveaway eligible tier. Also,
I want that.
we have our exclusive video this month. Will be a first look at Paul Macbeth's tips episode, where he teaches us all the inside tips on how to throw upshots correctly. All of our Patreon supporters get the exclusive first look at the second episode of our JomezPro Tips series before everyone else. So visit patreon.com/JomezPro for details on that. The video will be out this Thursday.
That's really cool.
Nice.
But back to that poster.
Oh, you want to see the poster again?
No, you don't have to go back to it. I just want you guys to print 15 of them.
Oh boy, 15. Why? So there's one. Well, I get one.
I want 3 of them.
No, once again, thank you, everyone. I cannot stress enough how important it is to have support from the guys like you over at Patreon, guys and girls, that is. So be sure, if you're interested in those April exclusives, to get over there to patreon.com/JomezPro. That is about going to do it for us.
Take that hat off, man. Give him one look.
All right, I guess for all the MVPs that hung around long enough, I'll
Woo!
finish the show.
Woo-hoo! I gotta put on sunglasses. That's some bright hair.
Looking good, little Miss Sunshine.
Oh yeah. He set
I
you
knew it was
up.
something. I knew that was something about to happen. I love that movie. Honestly, that movie is amazing. If you haven't
It's a
seen
good
Little
movie.
Miss Sunshine, hit up Nate. He's got it on
I got a
DVD. He might
DVD
be
you can
able to
borrow.
send it over to you,
I
overnight
got
it to
it.
you.
I got you.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We really appreciate it. Thanks for everyone that has stuck it out with us. We will be back same time, same place, right here on the YouTube. Thank you to the Founders Club. All the names running through right now. We could not do it without you. Nate, Germ, we did it. We made it through the 5th episode. Next week's the 6th episode. Birthday boy. What are we gonna do? It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, Will.
All right.
Thanks, everybody.
You guys take care. We'll all see you next week. Thanks for joining us.